Fierce Fitness. Happy Memorial Day to you and yours. Hope folks are had a good day and having an opportunity to enjoy time with friends and loved ones. So let's get into it. I'm here to talk about hormones. So whether you are at that age or, if it's coming soon, we want to make sure that we consider what's going on here. So like I said, obviously I'm a guy, but the clientele that I've had over my 20 plus years as a certified personal trainer have predominantly been women. And so in that, I've worked with women who were heading into menopause, who were in menopause, or who are on the other side of menopause, as well as women who are maybe dealing with some hormone therapy. And then obviously there are other issues, like hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. So let's get into that. All right. So in general, this is what we want to know about hormones, though. First and foremost, hormones are supported by vitamins and minerals. So let me just kind of just address the elephant in the room head on. Since hormones are supported by vitamins and minerals, guess what that means? We want to make sure that we have a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Why? Because fruits and vegetables contain vitamins and minerals. So if you aren't including a wide variety of fruits and vegetables in your diet, then you are not giving your hormones a real shot at being balanced. Period. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, we need to be mature in our consumption, or let me say that. We want to be mature in our acceptance that we need to be consuming a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. Because if not, you're depriving yourself of precious vitamins and minerals. And so the flip side of that is, well, if you don't get them in your fruits and vegetables, where are you getting them from? And I understand we have vitamins out there on the market and supplements, but the key word is supplements, which means that those are to be taken in order to bridge the gap, of what you're supposed to be consuming in the first place. So, it would be erroneous to try to only get your vitamins and minerals from, tablets and pills. The body best absorbs those vitamins and minerals, through the foods that we eat. And then water helps shuttle those vitamins and minerals to where they need to go in the body. So we're going to say throughout the body. So those go hand in hand. And you're probably sitting there like, well, you ain't saying nothing new. It's true, because the basics are generally what we need to address. Now, I do understand that there are women out there who are dealing with hormonal issues from hereditary, through your, it's been passed down. So it is hereditary, I should say. And so with that, that's obviously much trickier, but you can still give yourself a good opportunity to help regulate those hormones if you're consuming vitamins, if you're consuming fruits and vegetables and drinking your water, okay? And then weight resistance exercise, because weight resistance exercise also helps with balancing your hormones. And so when I say weight resistance, remember that also includes, body weight, dumbbells. It's not just, machines and iron. Body weight activities also count as weight resistance exercises. So weight resistance exercises also help with regulating hormones. So those are the basics, guys. You know, you want to make sure that if your hormones are out of whack, you know, and then you can look at it too, like if you haven't been eating, if you have a history, if you can be honest and have a, you know, do some introspection and look back at your nutritional history and you realize that you have not been consuming leafy green vegetables, specifically, let me say that, leafy greens, you know, along with a wide assortment of vegetables and fruit, and drinking your water and engaging in weight resistance activities, those 4 items, then you aren't giving yourself a fair shot at balancing your hormones, okay? So like, here we go. Like I know, for instance, like thyroid. Let's talk about the thyroid because that's usually the main offender, right? So with a thyroid, I think we got this, right? I think we got this. So with a thyroid, what you should know is that the thyroid, if it's out of whack, there's two conditions with the thyroid that are fairly popular. We have hypothyroidism, R-O-I-D-ism, all right, and hyperthyroidism. And we'll just do this for the abbreviation. Okay? And so with hypo, that means it's hard to keep weight on. It's hard to keep weight. And then with hyperthyroidism, it's hard to lose weight. Okay? So when you say like when people have a thyroid that's acting up and they find that they are having trouble losing weight, it's usually that hyperthyroidism. And what you want to know about your thyroid is that it is supported by iodine. Supported by iodine. And so where do you get iodine from? Guess. Leafy green veggies. Leafy green veggies. So we want to make sure that we're consuming a good amount of leafy green vegetables like kale, spinach, romaine lettuce, seaweed. They got seaweed salads out there. So those are 4 examples of the kind of leafy greens that you want to be consuming for iodine if you're having trouble with your thyroid. Okay? And obviously, we want to, you know, make sure that we're not consuming too much iodine because that can be, you know, dangerous. But all in all, we need iodine in our diet. So that is something that you want to think about, particularly as ladies, you're having a period, right? And so when you're having a period, you're losing iodine and iron through your period. So we're losing iodine and iron during your cycle. So if you're anemic, that's compounding the problem. You know what I mean? Like if you're anemic, you're losing iron and iodine through the blood, and that's why it would be very important that you consume kale, spinach, romaine, and seaweed on a regular basis. You know, that's why you're cold. It's because the anemia, you know, the iron helps regulate your body temperature as well. So you want to make sure that you're consuming those leafy greens if we are dealing with an unruly thyroid gland. All right. And also something to consider, you know, because thyroid is one of the biggest culprits when it comes to the hormones acting up. You know, because your thyroid helps regulate your weight. So that's why it's important to make sure that we're eating the leafy greens in order to help support the thyroid, so therefore we can see the weight loss that we're looking for, okay? The other thing that we want to consider when we talk about our hormones, so the thyroid is a gland that releases hormones, right? So that's a gland. That's a physical gland in our body. Meanwhile, cortisol, and I've talked a lot about cortisol in the past, but cortisol is a hormone that's given off. Okay? And so cortisol, like I always have been saying, you're probably tired of me talking about it, but it's important because cortisol is a hormone that's given off, and in normal doses is good for us, but when we're sleep deprived or when we're stressed, cortisol levels shoot up. So sleep deprivation and stress. And so that also will be where that's a situation where your hormone, where a specific hormone is wreaking havoc on your system and preventing weight loss. So that comes back to what we talked about before in regard to the importance of making sure you get your sleep, improve your wind down routine, and with stress, we want to have some positive stress outlets. Because like we talked about, the body is not meant, that's not right. The body is not meant to be like to maintain stress on just constantly maintain the stress, a feeling of stress. So we want to make sure that we tackle these items in order to help regulate our cortisol levels, which again is a hormone that is released by the body, but in regular amounts it's totally fine, it's normal, it's natural. But when we, are stressed or sleep deprived and that cortisol is constantly being released, that can be detrimental to our overall goal in weight loss. And so the main thing is that I want you to take away from this is that hormones are regulated by vitamins and minerals. And if you're not consuming a nice, steady intake of vitamins and minerals, then you're not giving yourself a good chance to see your hormones become regulated. And we also want to drink water in order to make sure that we shuttle those vitamins and minerals throughout the body, so therefore our hormones can get the benefit of said vitamins and minerals. Furthermore, we want to make sure that we're consuming our leafy greens. We want to make sure that we're getting sleep. We want to make sure that we are tackling stress and we're, instituting some positive outlets for that stress. Okay? So, because a lot of times those are the main culprits when it comes to hormones being out of whack. Now, for my ladies that are coming up on menopause or are in menopause or are postmenopausal, the same things apply. Water's, like for your hot flashes, if you're not drinking water and you're having hot flashes, think about how that's going to exacerbate the hot flashes that you're experiencing. Think about why we want to make sure, because listen, obviously we know menopause is a part of life. However, you can possibly reduce the impact that it's having on you by eating the green vegetables, eating a wide variety of fruit, drinking your water, because again, we're feeding the body the vitamins and minerals necessary to help alleviate the discomfort and the issues that the body is going through. So keep that in mind, guys. So obviously, if we know menopause is part of the program, there are things that we can do to help reduce the impact that it's having, to reduce the discomfort, to reduce, that those hot flashes and the sweats and the changes, or the change, as some ladies call it. All right. But again, now, like I said at the top of this, if it's hereditary, obviously, or if you have things going on like where you need to get hormone replacement, that's a bit more that's a bit more of a complex situation, but you would still be well served to consume the vitamins and minerals through your vegetables and fruit, because you are still giving yourself an opportunity for those hormones to be balanced through regular means. And again, I understand there are cases where you may need to get the hormone therapy. Maybe you have the pellet injections, and so it may be a little more complex, as I said. So I do understand that. I'm not saying that this is a easy fix. I just wanted to give you all some insight on some things that you can do that can put you in position to be, to be successful. In addition to if you do indeed need those additional, that additional help. Okay? Hope that made sense. We come around and see if we got any questions. We got Shakira, Lou, Tracy. So I appreciate y'all. I know it's a holiday, so I understand that a lot of folks may not be available to watch this, but you can watch the replay. So thank you for taking time on your holiday to come watch this vid. And if you are someone who is in need of some coaching, and you are, at a point where you're ready to take it up another notch, ready to level up, you're ready to have a professional in your corner that can help you navigate, the madness out there in regards to marketing, when it comes to health and fitness, or you just need some accountability and want to get a professional, like I said, go ahead and drop a comment below. Let me know and say, comment me below, and I will follow up with you via Messenger. Okay? So, hope you all had a great weekend. Hope you're enjoying your Memorial Day holiday. And I hope you also have a great week. Okay? And I will talk to y'all next week. In the interim, get to those workouts, drink your water, get your rest, and I'll see y'all. All right. What foods are good to reduce? Aisha had a question. Good to reduce what, Aisha? What foods are good to reduce? I'm not sure what your question is. Tracy, you're welcome for the info. I'm glad you got some benefit from it. She said, what foods are good to reduce hot flashes and to keep you losing? What I have read, it is good for women to eat protein. So like I said at the beginning, because you can rewatch this, but like I was saying about the leafy green vegetables, where you want kale, spinach, seaweed, and romaine lettuce, your dark leafy green vegetables, because first of all, those help with your thyroid because they're high in iodine. That was my original point. Furthermore, hormones are supported by vitamins and minerals, so you want to make sure you're having a wide variety of fruits and vegetables. So that's what I would recommend. Leafy greens, obviously, but then your, broccoli, cauliflower, what else we got? Tomatoes, cucumbers, green peppers, yellow peppers, banana peppers, veggies, and fruit, a wide variety of fruit, bananas, oranges, because they all contain vitamins and minerals. So when you're eating a wide variety, you're setting yourself up for success by ingesting vitamins and minerals through your food. And then in terms of hot flashes, I was also saying that you want to drink water in addition to consuming the fruits and vegetables, because you want to make sure your water helps regulate your body temperature. And then when you're consuming the fruits and vegetables, the water is going to help shuttle those vitamins and minerals throughout your body so they can be properly absorbed. That will help set your body up for hormone regulation. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're getting sleep. You want to make sure that you are addressing your stress. And then you heard that women want to consume protein. Humans want to consume protein. That's there are 3 macronutrients that we all need, and those are fats, carbohydrates, and protein. So we just need those things as human beings in order to be healthy. So that's really that's where the power and impact of having what they call a balanced diet comes in. Like, you want to be eating vegetables, you want to eat fruit, you want to drink water. You would like to have lean sources of protein such as chicken, turkey, fish, or plant protein like your black bean burgers or your Beyond Burgers or Impossible, something like that, or tofu, or just simply consume beans themselves. Like, there's a lot of variety. There are protein powders, obviously. There's vegan protein powder. There's protein powder made from peas. It's so much on the market right now. So I would just say that you want to focus on vegetables, fruit, lean sources of protein, drink your water, and then lift weights, or body weight resistance activities, because the weight resistance exercises also help with regulating your hormones. So I hope that made sense. So, like it's really all the basics, frankly, the things that we've heard about that we have likely gotten away from over time that we begin to neglect. We want to make sure that we're doing those things, particularly as we get older, because they become more important. We like to say, well, there's things that we could do before we were young. When you were young, we were fresh out of the factory. You know what I mean? And so we could get away with a lot more. But, the flip side of it is if we were doing these things when we were younger, we would probably have noticed, improvements or better functionality at a younger age too. So it's not that, those things weren't important when we were younger. It's just the fact that we were able to get away with not doing those things. But again, as we get older, your body's like, hey, I need those vitamins and minerals. I need water. I need lean sources of protein. I need you to be taking care of me. So that's really what we want to, implement. But thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Great question. Any other ones? Let me see what she got. She said these are pre and post menopause. I think I answered those questions. Hey, Jenny. Let me see. Anybody else? Lori, hey. Angel, Elizabeth. So, like I said, guys, thank you for watching. And if you came in late, I'm about to just upload it so you can watch the replay. You know what I mean? But thank you for coming in and spending any time with me today. Like I said, I know it's the holiday, and I know you could be doing other things. So I thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a great week, and I will be back next week. Talk soon. Good job, Aisha. Keep doing that. For real, for real. That's where it's at. All right, guys. Take it easy.